All right, welcome to our second episode of the SandyNoles podcast. Here with me is Bailey Higgins, and we actually have an audience behind us today, which is super intimidating and also new to the podcast world. So welcome, Bailey. Thank you for being our first player guest.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, nerve-wracking.
Why'd you pick me?
Well, I don't know, actually.
Great. Okay,
I don't
cool.
know how it came about.
There wasn't
I thought you'd be a good guest to chat, and you're, a newcomer to the team. It's your first year of college, so thought it'd be fun. We could get to know each other a little bit better.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Speaking of nerve-wracking, is this more or less nerve-wracking than your first
No, this
match
right now is more nerve-wracking than our matches in last weekend. I don't know. I think it's also because we played in the fall and we've competed against other teams, so the nerves are kind of shaken off in the fall. But it was kind of frustrating that I wasn't feeling the nerves that everyone else was talking about, because they're like first game, first everything of the season, like everyone's amped up, and I'm just like, we're playing. We've been playing. There's nothing new, but this is a lot more nerve-wracking.
Well, I will ask you another follow-up question. Do you think that's because of your summer and playing in all those top events and kind of putting yourself, obviously different because you're playing with a team in college versus with a partner, but you did have a great summer coming into your freshman year. Do you think that contributed to your feelings?
That summer, really bumped up my confidence in beach volleyball, because I still feel a little out of it. Not necessarily. I haven't fully engaged myself or put myself with that title of a beach volleyball player yet. But that summer of winning, getting second in AVP and winning AAUs, it was just like, wow, I feel like I belong a little bit more. And then going into the fall was like, okay, I can compete with these girls. I'm at a level where I can compete with everyone. And then just going from there, it helped a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun watching you guys play. It was fun watching the whole team finally compete against somebody else in a different jersey. Yeah. And I guess for those that don't know on our podcast, because we're trying to get to know Bailey Higgins, tell us a little bit about your backstory. I think it's interesting starting during COVID and how you got into beach volleyball.
Alrighty, so before COVID, I was fully an indoor player, right side, 6 rotation, right side. I played beach to get better at indoor, which most indoor players do. Hated it, did not like it at all. COVID hit, I was in Northern California, the Folsom area, and indoor was completely shut down. You could barely leave your house. But then once outdoor activities were allowed, beach was there, and I was like, I need a touch of volleyball. So we were playing beach, and the coaches there, they were, oh my goodness, why can I not think? But they were college coaches. I can't think of the college right now. I'm completely blanking.
No other college matters. It's okay.
But they were like, you can compete at a high level at this. You could go to college for it. I was like, no, absolutely not. And then I moved to Florida to play indoor, strictly indoor. And then again, I was playing tournaments for fun and trained a little bit for fun. And there were other colleges looking at me. I was like, wow, this is an opportunity. It's actually a possibility. I'm not as bad as I think I am. And then here I am.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun for me because 2 summers ago, when I was out in California recruiting, you had already committed. And I was watching some of your games, but I like to kind of stand back and, I have a sarong over my head so nobody can notice me. Because I don't necessarily want you to know that I'm there. I just like to observe. And I saw all these coaches just around your court and I was kind of like, what are they doing? Who are they watching on this court? They can't be watching Bailey. And then another coach, I won't name his name, but he came up to me. He's like, oh, man, you got that girl? I was like, yeah, she committed 6 months ago.
Funny.
Because nobody had seen you play. And that was kind of the first tournament that they had seen you because you've been more in Florida.
That's actually so funny that you say that, because when I was playing, it was like a BV&E, and there were college coaches all over our courts, and my partner was like, they're watching you. I'm like, no, they're watching the girls on the other side. Or I was playing with Thais. I'm like, oh, they're watching Thais.
Yeah.
That's point blank period. They just want her in however many years. So that's actually so funny you say that, because I'm like, oh, they're watching my partner. They're watching the people we're playing. I was like, they're not here for me. I'm just the 4th person.
Yeah, no, I think that was I was just stood up put my shoulders back, and I was like, yes, she's coming to Florida State. So it was a fun moment. And then you've done so well since you're being here. And speaking of that, we have a strong group of freshmen, sophomores. We have some older girls, really the most freshmen or younger girls we've had. Because usually we have starters that are first year. Anna being one. She's in the audience.
Hey, Anna.
Started her first year. Alexis as well. And so how does that feel to have this team that's just, I feel like it's a great mix, but how do you feel about the team dynamics?
It's been coming up a lot. Like, I'm realizing we are so young, and it's just, I'm excited to see just how this season is, and then knowing that, like, it can only go up from here. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a lot of the older girls. Like, I think it's a good mesh of, we have people to look up to and to lead us and to show us how to run it when it's our turn. Mm-hmm. So I think just having really strong leadership positions, like Anna's in a great leadership position, even Paige, like, they show us what to do for when they're gone, sadly. Like, we're going to know what to do because they set such good examples. They were great role models.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and going into this weekend, I felt like the team was very connected and supporting each other, which was fun to see. So
I feel like we've always, like, in the fall, we were always playing all at the same time.
Yeah.
So we never got to see each other all be on one court. So it was so much fun.
Yeah. It was fun. Let's have some more fun next weekend at home.
Oh, I'm so excited. And everyone's families, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
Me too. Let's pivot a little bit.
Okay.
I want to ask you about just your biggest challenge coming into college as a freshman.
Jeez, I'm trying to
help out our fans, all 36 of them, followers. Anyone that has somebody that's going to start a sport in college. What was your biggest challenge that you weren't expecting?
I think just knowing where and when to be at everything. Like, understanding how early I have to be somewhere. Because usually I'm an early bird to where I'm somewhere 30 minutes early. Mm-hmm. But with my packed schedule, I can't be everywhere 30 minutes early. So kind of understanding, I'm here 5 minutes before, I'm here 10 minutes. I have all the time in the world. I'm going to take my time to walk here, scoot there, drive there.
That is a thing.
That is a thing.
As much as I hate that it's a thing.
I love those scoots. I did fall one time.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're not
in our audience quite a few crashes as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's going to be another idea for our show is tell us your scooter crash story.
Oh, geez.
So I think we'd have quite a few people.
Yeah, we can do that another time. Yeah. But it's just understanding when to be where and knowing how much, gauging your time. And it's not, I don't want to say time management because that's such a broad thing, but like, just knowing when you have to be places. When's an appropriate time to show up?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, being late in college is
not fun.
It's not fun.
Not fun
no,
at all.
Especially when you're on a team.
Feeling like you're late and you're there 5 minutes before, but everyone else was there 20 minutes before. It's the worst feeling.
At you walk in.
It's the worst feeling in the world. It's the worst feeling.
And then if you have the wrong shirt, that's even just as bad.
Yep, that's really. I haven't dealt with that yet. Usually everyone has an extra of something somewhere, so it's been
good.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay, tell us a little about your family because you're the youngest of 3.
I am the youngest.
And you have 2 older brothers. What was that like?
Really humbling. Mm-hmm. My oldest brother, he really set the example. He played at Stanford, succeeded academically and athletically, so he was like, set the bar very, very high. And then Caleb, my second oldest, he kind of followed the lead. He went to Cal Berkeley, and right now he's at Sacramento State, still academic, athletic, just setting the tone, and I just had to follow the lead. They bullied me my whole life. So
they did bully you.
They did bully me.
So it wasn't like all cohesive all the time?
No, not at all. It was always a team up. Either the 2 youngest against the oldest or the 2 oldest against the youngest.
Yeah.
So it was never...
I have 3, and in my house it's the oldest and the youngest against the middle.
We never had that.
A lot of times.
I think our middle's the glue. He really keeps us all semi-together.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome. So do you think that is why you're competitive and the way you are?
I think my parents set me my competition levels. My dad, he never went hard on us. He never let us win or anything. And my mom, she just doesn't like to lose at all.
Yeah,
we'll go
I've seen that.
we'll go family bowling. She's not good at bowling. Not at all. But she hasn't accepted that she's not good at it. So she'll lose and she won't talk to us the rest of the weekend. Like, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel that for sure. Yeah, it's interesting because my kids, when we play, we'll play like tech volley or something like that. And I actually played with Gunnar last night and he's like, "You're going too hard." And then I'd go too easy. Like, "You're going too easy." So I'm like, man, I'm just going to play how I'm going to play and you're just going to have to suck it up.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you for being our first guest.
Sick.
And I guess, do you want to shout out everyone to come to our home event this weekend?
Oh, yes. Wait, when do we play?
I don't know how to do a shout out.
Do you know when we play?
We play at 9 and noon.
We play at 9 and noon on Friday.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We'll do it together.
10:15 on Saturday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell our fans.
Is this just me? Okay. At 9 and noon on Friday, should show up, show out, be there. Don't be lame. Go to our games. And then on Saturday,
10:15.
10:15.
And then we wait to see who we play for the playoff round.
You don't do anything on a Saturday morning. Just show up.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
It's true.
Yeah.
And you can bring your own food now.
You can bring your own food. There's music going on. I'm going to bring out a spike ball setup for our fans.
Okay.
So they have something to do while the other teams are playing.
Your mom's doing the challenge court.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks,
I don't
Coach.
even know if that's how you end it.
Thanks, Coach.
But Travis will edit. Thank you.